If you watch my earlier video talking about the Sony Disney partnership, then I thought we'd do a little bit more of a kind of a free flow uh, chat about the whole thing. So, Sony and Disney are partnering, and what exactly does that mean? Well, earlier this year, we heard that Disney was going to be doing some work with Mill Creek, where Mill Creek would be putting out some of the some Disney releases. We thought mostly we're probably getting some like the kind of the more live actiony stuff, some of the different stuff, and not pretty much like the Disney animation or that style. So there's a whole ton of different things that could still be looked into. After all, at that point, Disney was still putting out their own Blu-rays and stuff. So we still had the Disney classics, the Disney Vault, and the different iterations, where it be the Disney Gold collection, Diamond collection, and Platinum, uh, and the many releases that have been coming out, including the exclusives to the at the time Disney Movie Club, and the exclusive that the deals that they signed with Walmart. So last night that all changed when it was announced, it got leaked that basically Disney and Sony were working together. That Disney would be doing the digital arm of their of putting out the releases, and Sony would be doing the physical media arm. Now that can mean that we still have a lot of the releases that are coming from that are coming out from Mill Creek and stuff, and it's just that it's being like everything is being vetted through through Sony, which gets vetted through Disney first. Um, a lot of people that think about like the physical media and the classic stuff, like the Fox releases and things like that, are kind of are nervous that maybe we won't be getting those because Disney will still keep a tight rein on some of on some of the releases, some of the earlier Fox stuff, and but for a lot of that stuff, let's be honest, they're really not using or utilizing those aspects. The physical media thing right now for Disney is something that it still makes them money, and it can make them quite a bit of money, especially if it's going to be done through Sony, who, let's be honest here, has been doing physical media right for quite a long time. That's something to think about. So do I think that Disney is going to be kind of like tight when it comes to what Sony can or can't release? I don't think so, really. I think that there is going to be a whole smorgasbord of stuff that we can still get. See, Disney is going to have like the overall say in what what can and can't come out, but I'm sure Sony is going to be going for certain things and certain acquisitions. It would make perfect sense for Sony to just decide that, hey, you know what, I want to ensure that we're going to be getting some really good releases. And I mentioned on the previous video things like the classic box sets and stuff like that. That with that being a popular and high prestige line, I can't not see Sony looking at those Fox like titles and thinking this this is an opportunity. This is a possible gold mine here, and considering how well those box sets and those titles did, and keep buying those box sets by the way if you want to see more stuff like that. Um, then I can't see Disney wanting this, like saying, "Oh no, don't do that. We don't want that money." There's a cynicality where you say, "Well, Disney, the mighty overlord, is going to do all of those all the more different, like they're going to stop you, like they're going to put out like just the new stuff, or they're just going to put out we're just going to like it's going to be very like tightly vetted." I don't see that happening. It's a different time for us now with social media. It's a very different time, but that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. This, in actuality, could be actually a very good move for uh, for for Sony, for Disney, and for us as physical media collectors. it's okay to let like Disney just go and focus on their streaming and their digital copies and what they're going to do with that. It leaves the door open for companies like Sony that have been doing this for a while to look at what's available, look at catalogs, and really kind of just decide what what it is that makes for the best releases. Obviously, there's going to be the new stuff, the stuff that's going forward. That's going to be a given. Uh, I'd say more than likely the upcoming like TV shows, that the ones that are going to get physical releases will be coming from there. I'd say some titles will be farmed out towards Mill Creek as well. So we're going to get certain titles that are going to go to them. Some of the more kind of live action titles, and when we get re-releases for like for the Blu-ray, kind of 4K for the animated side of things, and for the Fox, because I really think Fox is going to be an important factor when it comes to this. Then what we're looking at here is an endless possibility and scope of what can be done. Maybe I'm an optimist, maybe I'm a little naive, but in all honesty, I really think that's the best way business wise for this to go. I don't see either one of them wanting to hamper or lower the amount of money and that they can make with this. And if I don't know if you noticed recently or not, but we've been getting some really good classic cinema 4Ks, and that have been pretty critically lauded. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Sony's been big on the forefront of stuff like that. They recently did a re-release of A Star Is Born, the Chris Christopherson one. Um, the Aside from the box sets and stuff, but there's so many different titles that they do release on a regular basis. After all, let's not forget this classic box set release. So for me, this is a very interesting time for physical media. It's not a scary time as much as it is a time of excitement and anticipation. Though, what do you think? What are your thoughts on where this is going to go? I am hoping that we do get some like Fox releases, much like we got the Sony Classics release and we got the Columbia Classics releases. I would love to see some box sets like that, something really interesting and really unique. And for the first time in a long time, I think it's finally a possibility. My name is Aaron. This has been the Call to Cinema. We've done a couple videos on this here today, so thank you for tuning in. If you tune in for this one and the second one as well, um, like, share, subscribe. You can click the Patreon button down below to join our Patreon. It helps with the channel, and we really do appreciate it. But either way, come in, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you right here next time. And drop in one of our live streams sometimes because we'd love to see you there.